Bunny? Should we go get Bunny? Yeah, where's Bunny? Where's your Bunny? Where's Bunny? I'll get Bunny. Go, Kenny! She's so cool. Seesaw, 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 seesaw. So cute. Ginger? Good girl. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I am just recovering from a really big week actually, so I'm a little bit sick. Ta, good girl, thank you. No, okay, no more. Do you want to cuddle Bunny? Give Bunny a cuddle. No. So you might have seen the headline this week, and it is all about this little princess, Mackenzie Ray. Little Kenny Ray has pneumonia.
Mama.
Yes?
Mom.
Can you get off?
No.
Oh, okay. My mistake. Oh, you want a snack? Okay. So Kenny's had pneumonia, and apparently she's had pneumonia for 3.5 months, which I'm really unimpressed about. I've seen 6 different doctors, and all of them have said it's a virus. Well, I should say I've been to the doctor 6 separate times for whatever she was sick with, and I just kept getting told that it was a virus. So it was a very frustrating time, and you would have seen on my Instagram stories that last week we were in hospital, and I just sort of wanted to elaborate and explain what we were doing there and why we were there and how the story kind of unfolded as the months have gone on. So as you can see, she looks fine, she acts fine, she's totally normally fine. But she's just, since she started daycare, she's had like this crackly kind of breathing, and she's been sick multiple times, which is normal for daycare. You know, when kids get around each other, they spread their germs. They don't know that drinking out of each other's drink bottles is just disgusting, but that's what they do. And a lot of people will tell you that them having germs and things in this part of their life at daycare is a lot better than once they get to school, because once they're at school, they get sick at school if they don't go to daycare, and you're basically taking the time off then, which it's eventually going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And you want to sit down? You sit down and I'll give you some snacks. Good girl. Oh, you're perfect. Some snacks? What's that? Is that a monkey? What noise does a monkey make? Good girl. Yummy. So it all started at daycare, and which I don't have an issue with because I knew that they were going to get sick and whatever, and both Carter and Mackenzie were both sort of tag teaming with their illnesses over time. So again, didn't really bother me that they were sick. It just kind of happened like that. And I took them to the doctor many times, and you know, we've had gastro, we've had hand, foot and mouth, we've had you know, snotty noses, conjunctivitis, sore throats, vomiting, all those sorts of things along the last couple of months since we've been at daycare. However, now we're on the home stretch, I feel like we're getting better and we're not getting as sick as much anymore, which is really, 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 really good. So at the moment here in the Gold Coast, it's winter time. Even though it's not very cold compared to the rest of the country, it's cold for us. And you're adorable. And so I picked her up from daycare the other day, and she had a temperature of 39 degrees when I got her home into the bath, and she basically didn't really want to eat much, didn't really want to drink much, so I gave her some Nurofen to kind of bring her temperature down and make her a little more comfortable, and within a couple of minutes she had vomited that up in the bath. Monkey! Ooh, 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 ah. These have a monkey on them, so she knows the noise of the monkey. And so then we gave her a milk and put her to bed. I had an event that night which I was sort of teetering on the edge, but once she was in bed she was fine. She wanted to sleep. I then went to the event. I came back, and just as I was leaving, I'd got a call from Fabian saying I'd just put her on her bed and she'd vomited everywhere. So she was really sick. She was still really hot because the Nurofen wouldn't go in, because every time we'd put something in it would come out. And so she really struggled to sort of adjust with her temperature and be comfortable. And so when I'd gotten home, I said, okay, we got her out of bed. She'd taken some Nurofen. We gave her a little milk. This was about 9:30 at night. And then within about 5 minutes, she'd vomited that back up again. And because she'd had these temperatures for 6 hours plus now, and then she just wasn't looking comfortable or feeling comfortable to me. She was really floppy and really unenergized and kept falling asleep, but she was really trying not to sleep, and she was sick, but just trying not to be sick. So I just at this point was thinking, I don't know what's wrong with her, so I'm just going to take her to the hospital. And she slept all the way there. She wasn't sick or anything because everything that she had consumed in the last 6 hours she'd brought back up again, so there wasn't really much in there. So we'd gotten to the hospital. It took us about 5 minutes to get in to triage, and we got a bed straight away, and the nurse came over and, you know, did her obs and whatever. And then the doctor came over and he said, how long has she had this cough for? After I'd explained everything that had happened in the last 12 hours. And he said, how long has she had this cough for? And I said, about 3.5 months now. And he said, that's not right. I said, well, every time I take her to the doctor, they keep telling me that she's just got a virus and that she'll be fine and she'll be over it in a month or two. And obviously it wasn't happening in a month or two. It wasn't happening at all. So I was like thinking, well, there must be something else wrong. But you feel as a parent that you don't want to be one of those parents that's going crazy all the time thinking, I have to take my kid to the doctor because I've got a runny nose. You kind of feel like you're overreactive all the time. And I didn't feel like that with this. I knew that there was something else, but I just kept going. I think at one point in 2 weeks, I went to the doctor 3 different times with her because I just didn't know what was going on, and I knew it was something more, but everyone kept telling me the same thing. So I thought, must be me. I must be the crazy one. But anyway, wasn't the case, was it? You right? So then, after speaking to this doctor, he kind of said to me, you know, it's not normal for a toddler to have a cold for more than a month. He said a couple of weeks is pretty normal. He said normally what happens with an adult when they have a cold, they can have a cough for up to 3 months. So that's where the advice came from. Potentially a cough for 3 months is quite normal. Do you want some help? She's so cool. So then I was thinking, okay, well that's all right then. You know, if it's only supposed to be a month for a toddler, then why has she still got this cough? What's going on? And the doctor said, look, what it could be is perhaps bronchiolitis, but we won't know until we have an x-ray. We get in there and see what's going on in her chest. Go, Kenny. Seesaw, seesaw, seesaw. So then he had a chest x-ray and he came back to me and he said, look, she's got fluid on both of her lungs, and I think it's pneumonia. So what we're going to do is put her on a course of antibiotics, and by order of doing that, we need to put in a cannula in her arm. So at this point in time, we'd been doing obs, and you know, she had one of those things stuck to her toes that were telling her how much oxygen she had in her and what her heart rate was. Her heart rate was really high. It was like 180, and her oxygen levels were hovering around 90, which is not great, sometimes 88, 86. And it just sort of, it became really difficult to watch this poor little person with crunchy breath as she would breathe in and out all the time. Come here, Cunny. You okay? So that's the cough that she's had for months. Oh, pop it. And so it became really hard to watch this little person that you just love and adore and that you can't do anything for apart from what you're already doing, just coughing and just being really upset with herself. So here we are. The doctor said, I think she's got pneumonia. So I'm like, wow, that's really not what I expected and not what I anticipated. But to be honest, kind of makes sense now that all of these things have been happening in this kind of way, and this is the result. Like, it makes sense that she's got pneumonia. It makes total sense. So it's not contagious, and it's basically just fluid in the lungs. So she's got both of her lungs have like patches. Probably about a third of each lung had these like grey-ish patches and it's all just fluid. So what happened with Kenny was that she went to daycare and picked up a cold, or whatever it was. She picked up a cold from somewhere, whether it be daycare or not. It just happened to be in those timelines of that happening. Who's on the phone, Kenny? Say hello. It's Kenny. It's Kenny's on the phone. So she's picked up whatever germ, and it's just basically the bacteria from her runny nose and throat has gone down into her chest, and it's had a really hard time getting out of that, which has caused a lot of bacteria in the lungs, and it's just turned into this big gunky mess, which is why she's coughing and she can't breathe properly. No touching. You're quite clever. You're trying to put the lens cap on. Ta. Say hello. I'm Kenny. Ta.
No.
Yeah.
No. 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 No.
Hey. Kenny. Oi. You're very clever. No, no, no. Oi. Don't put your fingers on the lens. Don't. Uh-oh. All gone. Here you go. Have a snack. Yum. Good girl. So, the doctor's coming in. This is about 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, we need to put a cannula in her arm. So I'm thinking, bloody great. I've done this with Carter before when he's had a UTI and all he did was scream. They put the Emla cream or the numbing cream on. They put it in 3 different parts on her hand, her other hand, and in her elbow. And she didn't so much mind them. We're watching a lot of Emma Wiggle at this point. It's about 3 in the morning. And poor little duck. And so gets to this point where we've finally put the cannula in. She's screaming. It's not a great time, to be honest, putting a needle in a toddler. It's terrible. And she's got this big, what was it? It was in her right hand. Kenny, no touching. No. No touching. No. Come here. Can Mummy have a cuddle? Can Mummy have a cuddle? No. Leave the camera alone. Hey. Hey. Stop it. She keeps playing with the lens cap. Sometimes I wonder how I have 2 toddlers and I survive. It's impressive. I impress myself some days. Stop it. You're not allowed to touch it. Get away from my camera. I'm locking you up. No. So she gets the needle in. She gets this big plaque thing on her arm. It's like a big stick. Yeah, and it's like this big paddle thing that sits all the way from here to their fingers, and then they wrap it and they just let the little bit of cannula stick out the end so that you can put the rest of it, all the drugs and things in there, all the good bits, hey? To make you feel better. Oh, you're a rascal. Come here. You want a cuddle? Oh. So we get to Thursday and I've had no sleep. I had to come back at like 4 in the morning and get some more things. I had to bring my car back because it had car seats in it, and Fabian needed to use that car the next day to get Carter to kindy. I knew that we'd be in there again on Thursday night and hopefully out on Friday, so it was just like so many things going on at once. At this point in time, we'd also been doing a few different business things, and all of those had deadlines, so they all had to be met on that day, and it was the most inconvenient day to have a deadline when you have no car, no transport, nothing but a mobile phone, and had to sign documents and mail them and scan them and all of these things. And are you okay? Oh, what happened? Oh no! Are you okay? You don't want your shoes on? Can you take your shoes off? Yeah. On Thursday, we had all of these things going on, and I was really trying hard just to, you know, keep it all together, and to be honest, it wasn't really that easy. We got there in the end though. We ended up getting everything sorted and dotting the I's and slashing the T's, or whatever they say. And I saw where your shoes go, love. And so everything was okay. We got Carter back that afternoon and he came over to the hospital and visited Kenny. And it was funny because she sort of started getting quite upset towards the end of the afternoon. And I couldn't quite figure out what was right. She didn't really have a temperature, but she wasn't comfortable. Something was going on. And anyway, when her brother turned up, it was like everything had just returned back to normal. She was totally fine. It was cool. Like, it was like this really nice relationship the two of them had together as twins. And it was really cool to see them together and having that nice little interaction. And it's like, you know, they really missed each other and really wanted to see each other. He'd gone the whole day at kindy and the whole night without her, and they sleep in the same room, so they're always within a very short distance of each other. You dropped your shoes in your cot. Uh-oh. Oh no. So it was really cute when they came together, and they were just like two little beings, like two little souls, like yin and yang, that had just found each other again. It was so sweet. Do you want your shoes? Okay. So then Friday came along, and this is where, honestly, the health starts to get better, that everything else just goes out the window. You just think that you're going all right, you know, you think you've got things together, and you think, all right, we're doing well here. We got 7 hours sleep last night. She actually slept from 7 till 8, and she was awesome. And then the doctor came in on Friday morning and kind of woke us both up, which was fine, but it was more just like, I reckon she could have slept for another few hours because she was just so tired from the day before. Are you right? Uh-oh. Do you want a drink? No? Okay. Cool. We came home from the hospital via a taxi. She fell asleep on me in the taxi. Super cute. So then I got back to the house on Friday and got out of the cab, put all my things at the front door, had Kenny in my arms, and everything was at the front door, ready to go. I was knocking on my front door thinking, oh my God, I forgot to tell you guys, I've got a cleaner. I've got a cleaner. She's amazing. And anyway, she was there and she had my key because I'd left it out for her to be able to get in because I knew that I wouldn't be home. And I'm knocking on the door going bang, 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 bang. She had the music on so she couldn't hear me. And then I'd realised, oh, I'll just call her. That would be smart. So as I tried to call her, I realised, oh, I'd forgotten I had left my phone in the taxi. So I'd left my phone in the cab, really unimpressed with myself, and I just thought, now is not the time. I was so tired, I was feeling so crappy, and then leaving my phone in the taxi, not ideal. So I left all my bags on my front door, went next door to my neighbour's house, rang my phone off that, no answer, then rang the cab company, and the lady was asking me all these questions about what time I'd left the hospital and what time I was doing this and what time is it now, and I just thought, I don't have my phone on me, and I'm not wearing a watch, so I don't know what the time is. I don't know what the time was then. It's been maybe like 10 minutes, 5 minutes since the cab's left my house. So whatever time it's taken from my house to the hospital plus 5 minutes, that's probably when I was picked up by the cab. I don't know. I don't have records of everything. And I remember just saying to her, I'm really sorry, but I just haven't been thinking about what time it was because my daughter has pneumonia and I've just spent 48 hours in a hospital with her. I'm not functioning at any kind of level at this point. Kenny had already fallen asleep. She was already pretty over it. She really wanted to just go to bed. So anyway, then I hung up from the taxi company, and then I'd called my phone again, just thought maybe he's picked it up or something. That would be great. Next thing you know, my phone gets answered by someone, and I'm like, who is this? And she says, it's the cleaner. I was like, beautiful. So I come back home, get let into my house, put Kenny to bed. She sleeps for like 2.5 hours. What a legend. And then I pack up everything, finally get it all sorted, go through all the paperwork that I need to do that afternoon. I ended up walking to the shops because I didn't have any way of getting there because I didn't have a car. Come back, give Kenny a medication again. She's all good. We hang out for the afternoon. Fabian finishes work early, which is such a blessing. Then I say to Fabs, don't worry, I'll sort out the paperwork that we need to do. So I get in the car when Fabian gets home. We've signed 4 million other documents. I say to Fabian, why don't you stay at home with Kenny, seeing as though you've not seen her in a few days. Stay at home with her, I'll go to the post office, and then I'll pick up Carter from daycare. Great idea. I think this will be easy. We'll come home, we'll all have dinner together, go to bed, and then just do nothing tonight. Stay at home, early night, it'll be great. As if that was ever going to happen. So then we got to... so then I've gone to the post office, everything's run smoothly. Go to pick Carter up, and the girls at daycare say, he's had a great day, he's had heaps of fun, you know, he's been great without Kenny and everything's fine. And then she's like, I'm really sorry, there's 2 things. He's fallen over and hit his chin, and at the same time he's bitten his tongue. So I just needed to fill out this form just to say, you know, that you're aware of it and that he's fine. So here I am signing, like, it's fine, kids fall over all the time. There's clearly nothing wrong with him. We're all good to go. And she said, I'm sorry. We think he also has conjunctivitis, so therefore he has to go to the doctor. Oh, I'm like, okay, let's go to the doctor then. So I don't know, at this point I'm just thinking, oh well, it's better than a hospital, so we'll go to the doctor, that'll be fine. So we end up going to the doctor. The lady at the desk says it's one of those bulk billing, like 24/7 doctor things. It's all good. They've got heaps of doctors on. They're always pretty quick. She says the longest wait time is 45 minutes, but you should be in by 25 at the worst. So don't worry, you should be fine. I'm like, okay, that sounds promising. But there's a sombreros next door that do like Mexican, so they do rice and chicken and just normal things. And because Carter can't have egg, I've got to constantly be checking the allergy lists and things. So I'm like, okay, great, we'll just go there. We'll just get some chicken and some rice, maybe some corn, some cheese, that sort of stuff. Turns out sombreros is lots of the products that they've got are vegan, which is great because that means no egg. Perfect, we can have that. So Carter's doing this great job, you know, with his poor little manky eye. Poor thing. And he's spooning in his dinner. He's being an absolute legend, to be honest. And then I pick him up, take him back to the doctor's surgery. An hour and a half after we got there, we finally got seen, and it's literally a 30-second appointment. Get it in, get out, get home, put the eye drops in. 2 days later, his eye's pretty much clean. It's fine, he's fine. We get home, Kenny's fine. She's had a little bit of a temperature here and there, but she's been great. And honestly, we've just had the biggest couple of weeks. So I just wanted to share with you guys what we've been going through, and that's just like a tiny portion of it, to be honest. So you can imagine the rest of the things that we've been doing, and it's just been a lot for us at the moment. And thankfully Daycare have been awesome. They've been taking the kids whenever we can, and whenever we've been needing an extra day here or there, they've been so good with us, and we're so lucky to have them because, as you guys know, we don't have family and not too many friends of ours are able to take the kids as well. And it's just, we've been really, really lucky. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to those people, and we honestly couldn't have done it without an amazing Daycare. But also to all the people and the friends around us that have just been so supportive. I haven't been able to get back to everybody on Instagram. I literally have over 250 unread Instagram messages, about 45 text messages, another 27 inboxes on my Facebook. And I've just slowly been trying to get through everything and get back to everybody. But I wanted to make this video so that you guys could be able to see the real story about what happened and how Kenny is fine. That's how she is all the time. So I can't wait to see her when she's actually healthy and can breathe properly. So yeah, luckily pneumonia's not contagious, so no one else can get it from her. I think Carter either also has pneumonia, or he just has bad croup from here in time to time. I don't know, he kind of coughs really aggressively at night time in particular, which I know is a croupy kind of cough, but I'm just sort of guessing at the moment whether he might have the same thing she's got, because they do present similar symptoms. And we don't seem to get sick all the time, but we do. Carter's quite sensitive, whereas Mackenzie just soldiers on. Again, she's had pneumonia for 3.5 months, and you wouldn't even know. She's the happiest, coolest kid going, and just gets on with it, and it's so refreshing to see. She's such a trooper, and Kenny is just getting on with life. So it's been a huge couple of weeks. Thanks to everybody with all your patience and all of the responses and replies and things. I've got a few messages as well from a lot of my friends and from some of the people on my Instagram as well saying, where have you been? Are you okay? Is everything all right? The answer is yes, we're okay. It's just been a lot on our plate at the moment. So yeah, I just wanted to make that video and let you guys know we're all good. Again, thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers before my birthday. My birthday is in less than 2 months, so it's in August. So if you haven't subscribed already, give me an early birthday present by subscribing. So it's just the red button with subscribe on it. Just press that one. Also give me a thumbs up if you can, and comment on here any wishes that you want to give to Kenny, because she's always ready for cuddles. She loves good cuddles. She was getting a bit bored with me in here today, so she's already gone. But yeah, I just am so grateful for my community. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your patience, your kindness, and all of your love. I am eternally grateful for this opportunity to be able to be here and talk to you guys and share our story, and that you actually listen and care is really cool and very humbling, because quite often in this world you feel like you don't have a voice or you're not heard, and I know that I am part of a very privileged part of the world where I can live in a really nice place, be around beautiful people, and have support from people like you as well. So I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much, and thanks again for listening and watching, and can't wait to see you guys soon. Bye.